Hello, my beautiful people. Hello, wonderful people across the globe. It's Street and Cathedral. Oh, 3,000 miles again, 3,000 miles. Yeah, from Belfast. It's a bit cloudy here in Belfast, so I don't know how it is in Scotland. And big shout out to everybody behind the scene. To Oga George and to Baron the producer, to George the founder of Jambo Radio now, not limited to Scotland alone, and all the amazing people. 3,000 miles. Thank you so far for the journey. Thank you so far for the support. And thank you so far for always joining this intellectual, conversation. It's me again. It's your boy, Dimeji Shodeke. I'll be joining the studio alongside with K, the convener of 3,000 miles himself. And today's topic is going to be global inflation and the cost of living. You know, it's surprising how people back at home are always expecting this mentality of now own good now they abroad and all. So today we're going to be divulging deep into the real reason of what is going on, what is playing at the same time globally, and so that people will know that the rain falls everywhere. It rains everywhere. So the topic at hand is global inflation and the cost of living. Anyways, before we go into the topic, I don't know if I should say congratulations for the just concluded Edo election in Nigeria. Well, it's just a big shame how we've gotten here in 2024, and we're still witnessing things that are so unbelievable. All right, global inflation and the cost of living. You would understand that in recent years, the world has witnessed a stark rise in inflation rates everywhere globally. It's not just a Nigerian thing. It's not just an African thing. And this has become a focal point for economic discourse. So the term inflation signifies the rate at which general level of prices for goods and services rises, eroding purchasing power. While some people argue on percentage, we could argue the fact that maybe in Nigeria the staggering percentage is on the high side compared to economy like this. But you can't blame economy like this for your own for because this is a manufacturing economy, this is a producing economy. Nigeria, as it stands right now, produce nothing. Well, let's trace the historical background. We can see that following the disruptions that caused by the COVID-19 pandemic and coupled up with geopolitical tensions, such as the Russia-Ukraine conflict, what led some people opted out of supplying gas to and the conflict. Countries worldwide are grappling. They're grappling with unprecedented price hikes. And so the ramifications are profound in every aspect of life, affecting not just microeconomics. We can see it crippling itself into yeah business indicators, but also day-to-day lives of individuals are affected. And it has impacted the cost of living and the socio-economic consequences has drawn up a lot of eyebrows. People are arguing, scholars are going to the studio giving their economic analysis. You will see professors doing this, elucidating many things and all. But have we had this kind of inflation in the past? you know let's talk about what affects us the most. We've talked about the global meltdown before and all, but this one, we can see that the COVID-19 pandemic set the stage for a global economic shakeup, whether we like it or not, which was, excavated by a series of supply chain disruptions. So lockdowns resulted in factory closures and the subsequent halt in production, leading to increased scarcity of goods. We see it leading into, what IMF produced in 2022 as supply chain bottlenecks, and they are saying, "Oh, this is the reason why transport cost has flared up. We have things everywhere, and it has created fertile ground for inflationary pressure." So we can see some. some sort of currencies are now devaluing. Some people are also ditching some certain currency to make deals with themselves, which is also affecting what has been known as a global norm of foreign exchange. So the Russia and Ukraine as a focal point, conflict further escalated all these issues. Both nations are significant producers of commodities such as wheat, corn, and energy sources. But the onset of the war in February 2022, we can see that it resulted in substantial disruptions to these markers. I read an article written by World Bank at some point in time that global food prices surged from 25% between 2021 to 2022 due to disruptions of this kind of war. And we see consequently inflation escalated not only in Eastern Europe, but had a ripple effect globally. Why? Because over some time, the Europeans have been in business of, I want to be careful now, um, yeah, crippling other economies and plunging and navigating themselves through other people's economy in order to make theirs stable. It's a known fact. I know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. So we have these monetary policies. I'm making this open to you because I want you to understand from the global perspective right now. When you listen to this kind of program, you get enlightened. Excuse me if my mouth is far from the mic. You get enlightened that okay, this is what is actually playing out. You don't get lost in the paradox of uneducated arguments. So you will see that in response to all this inflation, we see central banks worldwide have their attempts in order to come in order to salvage the situation of rising costs through monetary policy adjustments. But typically, governments would only raise interest rates to dampen spending and reduce inflation levels. There is nothing government can actually do. So we have examples. An example, close one to me, the Bank of England. Okay.
How you doing, bro?
Oh, you're welcome, brother.
Sorry, I had to. I had to quickly rush out. I just got in. I'm really in a rush mode. I couldn't even set up properly.
It's okay, brother. See, my people will say this proverb and I will translate it only ibiti jabati de ban in Latinja. That means wherever fight meet you, now you go fight am.
Now, so anywhere the fight meet us, we fight on.
Nobody they prepare for fight. As person don't launch blow, you don't ready like that. Everywhere don't set.
I make Anthony Joshua not launch blow. And I make it lose guard. Did you see
Anthony,
the fight?
Anthony just, to be honest, I didn't watch it. I won't lie, but I saw the knockout, and that was a ridiculous, fall
I
for
watched
of
the whole
of
fight. Like Anthony Joshua was dominated, like totally. He was totally dominated. Like from round one, it was the fifth round. He was starting to come back to the fight, but it was already too late. His legs were
too
wobbling
late.
already. Like Daniel
God
Dubois is
damn.
was so focused. Back to 3,000 miles. Back to 3,000 miles. How you guys doing? I'm sorry for coming late. I'm sorry for jumping in. But I know the measure has been taking you through a wonderful ride. Honestly, I've been taking them.
Well, I was taking them. Me, I love these historical concepts from, I always like to take it from the broader perspective before we narrow it down to, so that people will get educated when they listen. So before you came, I'd introduce you. This is K. K is the convener of 3,000 Miles, an amazing brother. We've been on this journey together from the inception, and I'm blessed that I'm connected to K. I'm honored that K actually called me up for this, to join him on this journey of 3,000 miles. He's the convener, is the founder, is the owner. So for him to actually spot me and say, brother, come, let us do this together, it's an honor. So Kwe, you're welcome on board properly.
Just a drop, just a news flash. Next week, something special might happen next week. We'll never say never. I'm
Okay.
not going to let the cat out of the bag. Next week, Monday.
Okay. Oh
We
shit.
might have
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah,
special
yeah, yeah,
coming
yeah,
up
yeah.
on the next episode. But let's just leave it at that for
Yeah.
now.
Oh shit. Yeah, 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 yeah. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
So,
So I was thinking. So the topic at hand is global inflation and cost of living. So I gave an introduction that people should understand that it's a very global thing. It's not just a Nigerian thing. cost of living they affect the living everywhere. It they touch everybody. For year now, I know my savings for last year, you don't they I don't even know, and they increase your rent every year. Now person wey wise go collect mortgage. Before you know nothing is reducing here too. Nothing.
Bro,
So but
when you talk about savings, right now, people they say I'm all my savings. I don't think I saved my life. I don't think all my
maybe that is why it is called savings.
yeah, it will save my life because one day I was discussing with my wife as regards this issue of savings. She was getting all pissed that the savings were touching it too much. I told her one thing. I said, "Why do you save? You save for the rainy day." I say,
Mm.
right now, na the rainy day we dey.
Omo,
So this is the
you don't
rainy
dey
day.
rain everybody. You
You
don't dey
don't
rain every
every
day
day now
now.
na rainy day. Every day the rain.
Umbrella sef no dey. Umbrella wey you get go
Umbrella
just
not
scatter.
day. But the problem I have with this thing is most people back home they don't understand that the cost of living is also affecting those in the diaspora. That's the major problem. They don't understand. And I tell you,
Then
bro, do you know that Lemfi used to transfer money? Those in Nigeria, they know the rate of Lemfi more than you.
you dey whine me. If you
I
go
swear
give
to
them
I,
any
I
amount,
was speaking
they
with a
go they
friend
go
once.
they go reply you in pounds. So now
I was
ten
speaking with
pounds
a
you see.
friend once. I was speaking with a friend once and he was telling me, I told him, I said, bro, I'm kind of really
Very
tight right now.
very ungrateful, very
I'm tight. He
ungrateful
told me,
idiot.
Oga, if you carry 10 pounds put for land fee, that's almost 20K. And I say, bro, how you take care of this? So they have they will never believe you are broke. They just say, don't give me 10 pounds now. And I say, bro, 10 pounds not easy.
Omo, now 1 hour be that now.
That's 1 hour,
Now one
man.
hour. Now 1 hour of your life be that.
I will just give you 1 hour of my life to you for
Well,
no good reason.
what I would just say is that I think in developing countries, the consequences are even more dire and serious with the higher food costs resulting in increased poverty levels. So, uh, from that perspective, I understand that body they pain everybody, but we should look it from a perspective of say person will not even get option of say he won't work, he was bro. Some people still did their parent house. Some people right now they suicidal. Some people
That's
right
right.
now for Africa, so we will still get something where they do. So I understand that the impact on developing countries is
It's,
bro, the
it's
inequalities of
ours.
the societies.
Because to be
So
honest,
is
when I look back at some certain decisions I made in life as regards traveling and moving, I look back at loads of my decisions I've made in life, and I said, to be honest, it is the impact of the whole thing, like you said, is worldwide, but it's much
mhm.
felt in the developing country. I was speaking this morning with a friend in Nigeria who told me he pays his school fees. He has a son who's two, same year, same son and my son are same age. He pays 400K for school fees for a term, and a term is like 3 months. So I'm probably they go to school for like probably 9 months in a whole year. So that's 400K into three. That is 1.2 million. So in a year, he has to put aside 1.2 million for his child fees. In a year, he has to pay if he's not a household now, he has to pay rent. And to get rent in a good area now, you're looking at
Ah,
roughly 800 to 1 million. This is not even the high class area, just the normal
okay,
middle class
okay.
zone.
I beg make I interject very fast. You see, the impact of for the implications for mental health in this situation cannot be understated. I literally spoke my friend out of two things, and this is a father of three girls. He was planning to run away, bro. I promise you, this guy was planning to run away. Like, me they no see him, make a family, me nobody see him. This guy was planning to go to Ghana. Say he won't run for responsibility. Say make pikin die, make anything happen to. Now I declare you. Now me they tell the now me come they calm the guy say no, because the guy talks okay fine. The best thing where if he do right now say he don't think about suicide and he don't come out of suicide. So that was the best option, available option. Say make him delete this responsibility from his head. When he just know say he make mistake. So make it just go see whether you go get luck. And if you no go get luck, make it just go place where be say you no go feel guilty about the fact say responsibility, you live in responsibility. Bro, we've got to that stage from.
No, it's really hard. Like I'll tell you, it's really hard. That's why you see uh people don't mind selling off all they've made in life just to come here. Because to
Mm.
be honest, when you look at it, you're abroad, it's really difficult for you, but you still have enough to eat, to pay your rent. To a large extent, you're working. Even if your salary is not so big, but it can barely keep you afloat, but it's still keeping you afloat. You are not begging. But bro, there are people in Nigeria, in other countries, who are finding it so difficult right now. And you know the annoying. Do you know the annoying part of this whole thing? Every time I talk about poverty, I must link it to the government. I was reading a post yesterday and about the elections in Edo State, when someone was talking about the fact that it's so sad that with all the hardship the APC has been putting Nigeria through, people are still voting for them. And they won the elections in Edo State. And somebody made a point. He said the country, they've weaponized hunger to a very large extent right now, that people don't mind. Okay, I had somebody say once, make I chop my own now because if they enter power, I no go see chop.
No, that one no go happen. Okay, I beg. I take God beg you. Can you just let me? I don't want to forget this thing. Because I made mention of this thing last week.
Jumping, don't worry.
I made mention of see what will happen is this. I was saying something the other day on the podcast that you see this crime rate, what these politicians are doing, this yawning disparity in the community right now. If it bounce back, and I played the best way, as in the best possible way it could bounce back. So I said, look at what did Pablo Escobar and El Chapo, what do they have in common? And I'll tell you, these idiots that are singing, Namibi Pablo, Namibi Escobar, Namibi El Chapo, these guys don't know anything. They are basic idiots, fam. There are people they don't read books. They just watch Netflix and think the media are glamorizing things. They should just follow. Pablo Escobar and El Chapo are rural dwellers, villagers. They are village people that saw the urban dwellers, study them. And you see, if village people, rural people go into crime, bro, we are done for that country, fam. And some of my guys said it is already happening, kidnapping, this, and I said no, this is like a warm-up. Village people, where they use their farm yard, they farm cocaine for Nigeria, they use the farm weed, go properly into these guys, they have nothing to lose. I say the complaint wey na dey complain for urban, for urban city say no get fuel to form my generator. Generator na luxury for them. They fit kill you because of that generator. That generator wey dey complain. In fact, that flat where you come out from, people wey no, they no get anywhere to sleep. Then they sleep on that bridge. They are hopeless, fam. The
Bro,
only artist that described this alone was Idris Abdul Karim, that came from that life. And you see how that guy dominated industry, that he was feared, fam. So what am I saying? If these guys, and Dino Melaye said it at some point in time, say in they fear, because the way them go park themselves for Lekki, if these guys, that's going to be the real Occupy Nigeria. You see all this mumu, where with the mumu, all these MC Oluomo, these guys, they still be city dwellers. If the real con men, real worry men, where they don't care about TikTok, where they go master organized crime like the Mel Tapo and Pablo, Nigeria is done for, fam.
see, Dimeji,
And
but you know what I'm going. What the problem I see here is the fact that these guys, these politicians, have mastered the art of manipulation. They've
I
mastered
don't
it
get them
so
now.
well.
They
They've
bought
they've
the media.
mastered it so well. And at the end of the day, to be honest, with the way things are going, let me tell you something. With the way things are going, you see an election come, and you saw our Nigerians have learned. Honestly, I swear to you, bro, this Edo State elections, I was thinking people were going to really come out and really vote. But the problem is, guy, even the people who are rural dwellers have been. See, the problem in Nigeria is the problem with
It's
the.
easy to
I
buy
did
them. You see,
I,
you
I
never
did
you never still
studies.
understand my
Let me land. I did
okay.
studies way back. when we're looking at the theories of mass communication back then in college, there was a theory they called opinion leader and opinion follower theory.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You see, that
yeah.
theory is really very prevalent in Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians are babao people.
Sure,
Even
sure.
me as a young man right now, to be honest with you, I am here in the UK. I have people in Nigeria who are 100% loyal to me, who I can tell
Ah,
today, move, and they are moving,
you are chief.
irrespective of the consequences of anything. And that is how these politicians are. They know how to go about and spot people who are really, for example, now, somebody like, if you were in Nigeria doing something like this, bro, politicians would have really cooled it
You
up
go
to
don't get
us to
problem.
say,
Yeah.
okay, these are guys
Or
who we can
may they
really
use our
buy to our
numbers.
side, to really fan the embers of our ambition. But if they don't find you to really play to their tune, then you become an enemy of the state. So these guys know how to go in. They have people they send into these local areas, spot the people who are really vocal. Even when we're in school, when we lead our Luther protests, the lecturers, the VC will come and spot the guys who are really very articulate, and I want to come and call them. I remember when I was in school, I kid you not. I'm not when I was in. I remember I was so bad. There was this Nadesto election we're doing because in Uniben we had like two campuses then, Ugbowa and Ekewan campus. I was in Ekewan campus for a number of years. We didn't feel the impact of Nadesto. Nadesto is the National Association of Delta State Students. The impact was felt in only Ugbowa, the main campus. So when I was getting to my final year, I was like, we need to make impact as like leaders in the campus and everything. So I called a couple of guys who were Deltans. Luckily for me, the director of socials with the SUG was from Delta North. So I called him, called a couple of my other guys, and then went over to the main campus, sat with our advisor, with our lecturer advisor, spoke with him, and they decided to have an election. So people were coming to our campus to campaign, but my campus was kind of a campus where it's exactly what I'm telling you. We had this unified voice that if we, the leaders of that campus, say this is the person we are voting for, everybody votes for that person, irrespective
Mm.
of whether you know the person or not. So it's just a classical case of Nigeria where we have said this is the guy we are going for, all of us will go for that guy. So we already had our own caucus meeting to say this is the candidate we're endorsing. They came over to us. Okay, this is the guy we endorse. This is the guy we endorse. This guy has given us that if we endorse him, he's going to ensure that we get all students in the Kawan. They bring our bus here and they pay our bus fee to us here in our campus. We don't have to start traveling. So we had all that mapped out, bro. Before the election, so they did the first election. They did the election in the main campus. So they came to the Ekewan campus to do the election. And at some point, we were noticing some discrepancies going on. Initially, we told them election will not start at 3 o'clock because people have to go to classes. Lecturers refuse to give us a day off. So from 3 o'clock, they are ending classes and we are bringing everybody en masse to vote. Bro, at 3:10, they stopped the election. There was like over 200 students waiting to vote. They canceled because they knew we had a consensus candidate, and for some reasons, the guys who were in the electoral committee, they were playing with the other candidates. They stopped the election. Things were going to go far. Do you know what we did? We walked into
Well,
the word we were having on the ballot. We scattered everything, and the election was security came in. The election was called off. So after much deliberation, they said okay, they were going to have a rerun just in the Ekewa campus. So at that time, it was not a battle of this campus will decide the fate
versus
of
this
the leader.
campus.
So the other campus had voted. So people are like, okay, if I can get, I'm losing at that campus by 200 votes. If I can get 200 votes from here, then there's hope for me to win. Bro, at that point, Ekewa campus, which had been, anybody who is listening to this podcast and who is conversant with Uniben politics, knows that Ekewa campus is one of the campus that has been marginalized for years. We were the ones who put that campus on the map where it is today. It was during my time. So at that point in time, I'm coming to the point of how Nigerian politicians deal with people. So people are
Yeah.
coming to campaign, all the different, because it was like 1 week for the election. So all the people who lost in the other campuses, directors, all the
They're
different,
not,
they were
not
coming
putting
in.
pressure, putting their hope in your
Yes,
campus.
now they were all trooping in. The campus was so busy. Buses were coming, people were coming to campaign. Then the guy who was contesting for president, we had a candidate who was one guy from one part. So we had the other candidate. The candidate called. I got a call one night from someone. No number. I called me up. I was like, I used to do, and so I said yes. I would like to come and see you. I said this night. Say yes. He said please call a couple of your guys. So I called the other. We were like four of us who were like the leader. So I called the four of them with the leader. I said some people are coming to see us. I don't know. They didn't tell me who they are. They just said they are coming. So I called my people. We had a neutral ground to meet. So they came in. Immediately came. I said it was the other guy who was contesting. They came, they said, they know we are the guys who are pushing things, that they know if they can settle us, then
Everywhere go
bro,
good.
this was in 2008. 2008, they dropped 200,000 for table for us. Bam. Students, bro. I fear.
Ah,
2028, 2008.
student politics.
Student politics, they dropped
I play.
200,000 for table.
Baba, I play SUG president. Oh, I won. Oh.
Ah, ah.
Them, that,
So it was then I
them,
knew that.
them, boys won't kill me. I gotta step down as vice president. Oh. They won't
It's
kill me.
not
I dey
serious.
tell
That
you,
day I tell my guy, say, money did this
they
thing.
won't kill me. Oh.
For these guys to give us 200K, money did this thing. They brought the money
Ah,
cash.
they want
And
me. I said I enter as SUG.
they said this
I
is
was
half of
SUG
the
vice
money.
president.
They said this is half of the money. That if we deliver, they will give us another 200. So the four of us will get 100K each. I said, bros, that's good money. So, but we like, I was tempted. I won't lie to you. But I was like, okay, what will happen is, don't give us the money. Take the money. Let's deliberate. After deliberation, we will come back to you guys to tell you if we are going to accept the money. They said, I said, no, just take the money tonight. Give us 2 days. We'll deliberate and get back. We'll still have about 4 or 5 days to the election. Bro, they left. Money won't cause problem. Four people. One of them say, I'm going to collect this money. I said, no. I said, bro, I have a conscience. As they left us, they sent us recharge card. 2,000 recharge
Hey,
card.
you sure say I no collect this money.
I not collect. I did not sell my conscience. Because if I had sold my
I deal
conscience,
with
bro, if I had sold my conscience, then maybe I would have been dead. Honestly. We didn't, at the end of the day, long story short, we didn't collect the money. We told them, sorry, we're already gone with this guy. We can't, it's too late to go back now. So they took their money. Finally, the other guy won. We had interest in the politics. We had interest in the government. But I got a warning. There's a place in Uniben, they call it a Kusudi. They sent me a message for the next one. They say, not enter a Kusudi. If you come a Kusudi, we kill you. I didn't go
I
to.
say, Aye boys beat me. Bro, them beat me. I'm not feel like they beat my life. They beat me down from in front of school gate. Me, you bless you don't know how I stubborn. I don't single-handedly like this start protest. I be the leader protest for Ekiti like this. When I did my NYC, stand on top bus, scatter everywhere. Don't fire your shit and fire me election. When they carry me for main news, they carry some of my guys go jail. Now me go front for media. Make sure say everybody, because I don't go NIJ before. All my guys they media punch every bombard everywhere trend. They talk say who they trend things from this place. So I scatter they beat me. I hear boys talking they go mend me. They go kill me live. Say if I no stop all this my mumu stubbornness.
But you
Say
know at
na
the end,
English I sabi. Na cutlass them then get. Me I get English.
you
See
get
then
paid, they
get
get.
then get
But you know at the end of the day, that is exactly what these guys do. These politicians, they go look for the
Mm.
guys who are really vocal, put them to their camp. And somebody said something. I was watching a movie, one of these mafia movies. The guy said everybody has a price. It's just to know the right
Pablo
price.
believes that. Escobar.
Everybody
Now
has a
Escobar's
price.
mindset.
Just know the right price for him. So that is exactly what. That's why you see the level of poverty and hardship will not end at the moment, because these guys have an antidote to cure every action you are taking.
You
So the
don't want me.
problem, the
Bro.
problem is, the problem is, with the way the country is going, hunger is not going to stop anytime soon. I saw a tweet from 4 years ago. The person said Nigeria is going to suffer from 2004, 2024 to 2025 to 2026 to 2027 to 2028. That was what the person, this was far back as 2022. The person made it clear. And that's exactly what's happening. The hardship is growing and growing and growing. Because the fact is that, like the
Let me
Bible
tell you what.
said, let me just wrap up with this. Like the Bible said, when Isaac and Jacob were having issues and go and Esau, Isaac blessed Jacob instead of Esau. The blessing Isaac gave Esau was when you are there will be a yoke on your neck. Your brother will put a yoke on your neck. But when you are strong enough, you will break that yoke off your neck. And that is the cost Nigeria is facing now. The yoke is already there. But we never strong reach. We are not strong enough to take it off. And it's going to take years because there's no
Are you
oneness.
sure?
That's the truth.
Are you sure it's gonna? Okay, well, now let me give you what is going on in Mexico now. Mexico right now is undergoing a gang-related issue between this in Sinaloa, between the El Chapo, that's El Chapo's son. Now El Chapo's son, and the Mayo gang, Chapo and Mayo gang, then they get issue. Go on Sky News and go and verify this thing when they talk. It's still a breaking news. Oh. Just go Mexico news. It's still a breaking news. Then they even interview gang members. These people they meant military people, then they meant police, not in fact, then kill people for road. Then kill people for road. It's there in the news. Look, there is something hunger will do. You know, say well, something where you use as weapon, and it happened during Kenya struggle to Mau. When they imprison those guys, those revolutionary, you know what they feed them with? They feed them cold sugarless pap. Okay, you know how you go look like if they feed you cold sugarless pap just once in a day for 2 weeks.
Promise. That's
You go
promise.
you go be a broom. Oh. Okay, can you imagine? And still, Kenya had the most dedicated revolutionaries like Dedan Kimati. Dedan Kimati stood in front of the court and said, "I plead homelessness. I plead poverty, not be guilty. I plead." And these guys are people that are in face of death. You know what it mean for you to drag a man to the point where we say the man no even care about death anymore. If that kind of man enter crime, city go bloody. Now wetin sup with them Escobar be that? Now
But the
wetin
question
sup
I
with
like
them El Chapo be that?
but the question I like to ask you now, do we have those kind of people in Nigeria who are
E go
fearless?
happen. Look, e go happen. Look, me I know wetin I dey talk. Say make e no happen because people think it's going to be the solution. Do you know how many people are there, as we speak? Cultists are just killing themselves like foul. Those ones are just doing what they kill themselves. I dey follow them their news for Telegram. Now every day then they kill themselves. This one kill this one for Ojota. This one stab this one for Bini. All this. I dey tell you, it takes just one person amidst all this scattered organized crime, scattered crime, for person to organize the whole syndicate crime. When it gets to that point, bro, where we say we don't get Bini cartel, Abeokuta cartel, bro. You said you no go one go house again now.
Me, I
You
know
know
it's going
because
to get. I know it's going to get to that point because there's always this saying. My father used to always tell me, "Say get the way." I'll say it in pidgin English. They say get the way you go push goats reach war. The code
you go
remember
turn
say
back.
get it, go
You go
bite
look
you.
your face now. You go get on. You go enter you now.
So,
That's what go happen.
but
I say,
the
bro,
thing,
bro, go on YouTube. I beg, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube and type Dino Melaye's saying about revolution. Dino Melaye use him mouth talk calm. He talk calm. Saying they fear. Say a day will come. Say people go march. They go march. Enter all this VGC. In fact, all these gate man where you rely on top, they are in poverty, fam. These people are just you just put they don't you don't wait in a call
just
organized
give them
crime.
uniform to
Even
them make.
police, you just give them uniform. They are picking. You know they pay them better salary. Then they see your lifestyle. He get time where be saying they fear. Say these people go enter their mansions. They don't say they go come rob. They go own the house.
But
Like
do you know funny thing? That is the
I
problem.
said, then they
The
write.
problem the
Wait, wait.
problem we have as
Then they write film. Bro, I bet no vex. This will be big. This will be my last statement, and you
no
come in.
hit your
Then they
point.
write. See, then they write movie about iRobot. Say even we human beings we create robots. You get one time, you go get one special robot. We go wake up. We go liberate other robots. You not can't fear human beings. You dey whine me. You not fear human beings.
So,
Ah,
but you know,
bro.
but that see, these guys know the truth is the truth is these guys know there's strength in unity. They know that. So that's why they are trying so hard to bring issues of tribalism, of religion, to always cause steady division, because they know if everybody, if the Yoruba man, the Hausa man, the Igbo man, the man from South, the Ijaw man, the Shekiri man, the Robo man, everybody decide to unite together to say, come, we are one Nigeria, let's fight. It's gonna be tough. But they try as much as possible to. That's why I saw somebody. I said the first problem Nigeria has is the plethora of tribes. Everybody is too tribe centric. Yoruba man go see fellow Yoruba man, they misbehave. You go say, "Na my brother," you go quiet. Yoruba man, as I see my fellow Yoruba man, they misbehave. If me to call him out, I won't call him out. I'll say, "Oh, na my brother, na my brother. Let him be there. Our brother and any power now." So that's the major problem. There's this tribal division is and the truth is that the government knows that those are the weapons they are using to keep the people, because there's strength in unity. If the people come
Weapon.
together
Make I tell
and
you something. That one a weapon for their hand. See, now when leaders they think from their own angle, they don't see anything coming. Do you know why everybody stood against Pablo? Pablo was so powerful that the guy they gone for presidency. Baba El Chapo single-handedly was the most powerful drug lord in the world. They supply all the countries. He they destroy all the lives for all the world. This guy know they count money again. In the way money. You know what it mean? Make person know they count money again in the way money. Now when in money enter some certain kilos, then they go save them. Bro, make I just bust your bubble now. There is once everybody have a common problem, hunger, poverty. I swear it will destroy tribe. It will destroy class. It will destroy origin. You think like anybody, me I the hunger. If hunger they catch it, they wipe me. You think say anything Yoruba they enter my head? Anything Yoruba they enter my head? I dey tell you say it takes just one smart person, and he go happen. This is why they tell you go mark am down, because we don't get anini, we don't get many people like that. Where we say they don't go, they don't come. But the fear now say these people now, anybody will come out now, where we say he get that mind to catch him, go hard, because that guy go enter politics. He go hard. That guy go get power. He go enter politics and nothing go do him. Because you now don't show him way. How if he escape all this crime, how if he buy institution, how if he buy loyalty, how if he buy police, how if he buy military, you know what he mean? Make military not even vet how you dey get money. Anybody now, if you get money, you feel get mopo. Make a guide you go any party.
And that's a major problem in Nigeria.
Unquestionable source
Nobody
of your
cares how
income.
you get the money. Just pay. They'll give you mopo. I went to Nigeria. Last time when I went to Nigeria, I went to the station. Because I needed because my dad was having his birthday, so I needed like a van. And the guy told me, "We'll give you a van, just pay." In my mind, I was like, they don't even care to know they'll just give me police escort. And they gave me full police escort, a full van of police, without knowing whether I be thief or whether I be ritualist or nobody cares.
Come on, you see, do you know the first statement when they first catch, when they first see, because me, I read, and I not just they watch movie, I they read their books. I even read the book where Pablo Escobar's son, right after Escobar don't die, The Sins of My Father, where the guy denounced his name, say, they be Escobar again. You know what Escobar and Gustavo tell police face to face like this when they ask particulars, they say we don't have particulars. Police ask and say why? They said we are criminals and we want to recruit you. For there, he employ all the police force. He tell say we be criminal. You know what? You think that kind of thing no go fit happen for Nigeria? For person will get
because of hunger, my brother. Because of hunger. Because the
police like this for checkpoint. Tell police say if one criminal tell police now say Baba, I don't forget particulars that you don't fast me for you now and all your squad.
How much is your salary?
How much you won't collect? Forget papers. You think say that police no go guide you within life? He go see you as a helper, because person will be saying he was barely living in the barracks, started barracks. So now if he build a building, now he get the latest car. Now go, I say I take go beg now. Now why all these stupid Yahoo boys, stupid the internet fraudsters, they think say they are the biggest in the crime. And they love them. I say, see, when those people will get crime, enter crime, I swear to you, now no go fit the club again for Lagos. All this your them now slap them go they take the slap now, because those ones They don't speak English. They don't care about TikTok. They go beat una. They go clear una comot. Now, if that now go the lobby, you know they happen. MC Oluomo, how many English sabi? MC Oluomo now warm up because MC Oluomo even go for Lagos now. Show the boy, and they talk
And
about
then
boys.
MC
When they say,
Olumo, if you see the other day I was looking at his
and they
entourage.
talk about
I
boys.
was
When they say
looking
they
at
don't get up, where they come from,
I was looking at
back end.
I was looking at MC Oluomo's entourage. I was in a state of shock. Like, this, what is happening in
Mm,
Nigeria? Oh, more, what's happening, my brother? Well,
Baba,
at the end of the day,
me,
we have limited time, Dimeji. So what? Because with the whole thing going on, one question I want to ask now: would there be an end to global inflation?
Baba, well, in summation to me, global inflation and its consequence rise in cost of living represent a complex challenge that impacts nations worldwide. So, the convergence of supply chain disruptions, geopolitical conflicts, expansive monetary policy has created this environment ripe of inflammatory pressures. And I don't see all these people making weapon of mass destruction wanting to stop anytime soon because that is also generating income for them. There is, I don't want to mention if there's a particular country we don't know why they must always bomb. Every administration must always bomb some certain countries. They must set war. We don't know why, but we know the profit attached to wars. Well, the socioeconomic consequences are profound. Now, why we at this cadre level, we are affected, and it's affecting the poorest most severely.
It's
While
the
also
poorest of the
leading
poorest
to
that's suffering.
it is leading to anxiety and mental health issues in the general population. So mitigating strategies must focus on improving supply chain efficiency and ensuring clear communication from policymakers. Wetin me I just know na say as the work continues to navigate this economic landscape, we need to just be committed to these equitable solutions and let's be
But
resilience is
bro,
vital.
let me say something here to you. But I feel this global inflation is here to stay. It's not ending anytime soon.
Why e go
The
stay?
only thing, the
Abi no
only
sabi
thing,
why e go comot? Why e go comot?
the only thing that I see that is happening, is happening. That's why you see the UK is we are feeling the pressure, but there's always this balance. As inflation is going up, the government is trying as much as possible to increase the earning power of people. Even we know that the speed is at a different. It's just like a Ferrari and a Corolla on a
Yeah,
speed track running. The
on
Ferrari
an
is the
highway.
inflation. The Corolla is the earning power. So there's no how the Corolla will ever catch the Ferrari. So, but the government are trying to increase earning power to make, but it's always gonna be there. But that's the problem with most third world countries. There's no, okay, we know that there's inflation. Inflation will be here to stay. But how are you trying as much as possible to increase the earning power of the common man to meet
Now Jude,
the rising
Baba,
cost of
now
living? There's
Jude, you know
nothing, no
Jude,
plan.
you know Jude, Jude where they do podcast. That man where they
Yeah.
invite all the stars come. He said he go one event. Say he was proud to be a Nigerian when he see in world class leaders for that event. Say he don't feel say yeah wow this is a good time in history for him to be black and God don't raise him. He's actually amidst the people that control the aims and affairs of Africa, not just Nigeria alone. When he enter the event conference, you know wetin those our African leaders go dey do? They go dey beg all these their European counterparts leaders. They go dey beg for aid and money. And these
Shame.
are the people that and these are the go this thing. See, everything I'm saying is verifiable. Me, I know they lie. Everything this word now, it dey easy. You dey YouTube, just go type Jude and African leaders begging. You know, you go bring you the video straight. Baba, he say him shame catch am. All the respectable leader wey don't feel say say na beg. In fact, if you see their counterparts say the way that they treat them, they treat them like say they be their boys, no be
And
leaders
that
of
is
another
exactly
country.
what's happening because the truth is,
So if
it's a case of animal farm. All humans are equal, but some
are
are
equal, but
more
some animals are more equal
more
than
equal than
others.
some. So that's the case. Because the truth is, you see the fact that people who don't have, because I look at a lot of African politicians, they go into politics. There's no plan. You are entering into a position. You don't have a plan, a clear plan. What? Okay, this is what
More
I'm
just go there,
going
more
to
run
do.
farm. Imagine people's life. More just
You
go
are
there,
just
more
wanting
run
to
farm.
go there. I saw the other news the other day. I saw after APC, the APC guy who won, what's his name? I've forgotten his name in Edo State. I think,
Okpebolo.
imagine for the election, the whole Senate president,
Okay, but
everybody travel.
our DJ, if I say he come from Edo.
Yeah, and
Na
he
power
was
talk,
there.
na power.
The Senate president was there, and the governor went to greet him and was kneeling down for him. I want to ask myself, in which, for even in this UK, the MP for Paisley, Renfrewshire Council, will not see the prime minister and even post or even bow to the prime minister,
I
not to
say,
talk of
I say,
kneeling
I
down.
say, I say,
It's a shame, my bro.
Dino, they give governorship manifesto. In talk say in own manifesto na say in previous leader in sabi kere wa pass am, in sabi knack pass him. Bro, if that is not you see that one wey you just see now, you know to vex me because that was the peak of all disrespect and people clap for am, then shout for am.
And they will
I
shout.
shame
They will
for
tell him.
I shame for my people. I shame for my people. So all this thing, all this display where they play for Edo. Tell me wetin Oshiomhole never hint us about Edo. Oshiomhole wey carry our struggle for back, use am enter politics. He turned to an oppressor. He was a commoner. Oh.
A common man like
Oshiomhole
us.
Oshiomhole dey date guy wey Oshiomhole wey DJ Baron fine pass. The babe wey dey control now, Baron no fit toast am. He no fit marry am.
Otomola is
Babe
dating foreigners.
wey come for you don't see that babe. You
See,
don't see this
I heard
she
a
dey
gist
do
about someone.
wetin
I will
Joanna
tell
wey
you after now. Someone told me
Baba.
something about a show, but I will not say it on this podcast. I will tell, just remind me after I will give you, but it's so
Okay.
funny. We might be laughing about it, but these are people you think. That's why it's so, somebody told me something once. My father is full of wisdom. He said never trust the humility of a poor man.
No trust
He
am.
said the humility
No
of a
trust
poor
am.
man is not to be trusted because you don't know why he's humble. So at the end of the day, you see that people who are supposed to really go there and make impact for us, they're not doing anything. That's why I like the UK politics. They know, even the world politics, they know how to pressure their leaders, and their leaders will resign. I don't know, it's common with you see when a leader is not functioning. See,
Nigerian leader go resign. Nigerian
see
leader
the
will say
US,
if
see
it
the US for
possible,
example.
make it a rule us from death beyond.
See the
Make they
US
rule
for
us from
example.
death.
Joe Biden was supposed to come for second term,
Ah,
but bro
is that
is
for
so
years?
sterile. They pressured him. He had to. But in Nigeria, whether the man, I've seen a president in Africa who peed, was having a press conference, live event, and he peed. He pees for body. If not, that's why I say he pees for a body.
I know, I know.
You go, you
Omo,
go to. I see what conference, UN gatherings conferences. You see African leaders, they are there. Some are sleeping.
African Union for there. African Union.
They
If you know,
sleep.
I should be wait, calm down. African Union. See, me, I get friends where they work for African Union. If you hear drama, things where they sub for African Union, Baba, you could just give up. But we no go give up on Africa. You go give up. In 2021, when I was the spokesperson for Global Pan-Africanism, I will send you a picture. Global Pan-Africanism Network. I had the live conference show with Honorable Chimboru. That woman who was ambassador to France, where they always nap France, they make France come out. Why France would they make France they make central bank of Nigeria of African banks, African nations, they France, make France they print
They
money for African
they print
nations.
money for African nations. It's a shame,
CDF on
man.
tree, bro. CDF on tree, bro.
So
Oh,
and
Baba,
they are
see,
using that to empower their
eh?
people because the workforce is France based. They,
That was even the boring part. They go decide how much they go give you, how much they go save for you in their own currency, fam. Baba. See, things they sup for this Africa. Oh.
no, and
Things they sup
you
well,
know the
well.
funny thing. The funny thing is people play to their tune, and those I recently I had a friend, I know the guy. He's here in the UK. He's resided in the UK. So I asked him a question. I said, okay, how are you in touch with the realities of Nigeria? He's in the UK. He's been here for some years, and he was one of the nominees to join the Youth Assembly for the UN conference they just did in New York. From you, so I asked him one simple question: you have been
How
in
are
the
you in
UK
touch?
for 3 years now. How are you in touch with reality of Nigeria for you to go and represent Nigeria in UN? I said so. It shows that they gave you based on your
I
relationship with
connection.
them,
I
your
will.
connection, because it doesn't make any sense.
I
Okay, you
say
know what? Okay,
Africa.
what do you want to go and tell people now that you are? How do
I
you know?
get friend.
What do you know that is that? What do you know happening in Africa?
I get friend from Namibia where I want to bring come my podcast. The guy was working African Union. The guy, I'm so sure he wouldn't listen. He can't listen to this 3,000 miles. The guy they tell me things with the South African Union, like they tell me say, bro, they say corruption for country level. They learn. If you imagine, me person they talk say corruption for African country level, no matter how the vex reach, say in the learn work. He say he see corruption, he himself. When say he no be saint to, he fear for life. Say there must be a God. Say person where they chill, they watch the people they do this kind of thing. He really want punish people. Say bro,
But
don't
at the end
carry
of the day,
African Union people.
we have less than 2 minutes. At the end of the day, finally, let me just drop my final 2 cents before you go. Before we wrap up, the end of the day, finally, what I think is to what will really help us. Number one, we have to borrow. Africa has a long way to go.
We have 3,000 miles to walk.
Actually, we have a long way to go, but we will meet up. We will get there.
Amen.
So
Amen. I
finally,
appreciate
my
it.
brother, what do you have to say before we leave?
Finally, I want to encourage my people in the struggle to keep an high spirits. Let's keep our hopes up. Let's try our possible ways to navigate through this storm. And please let us have our backs. That's most important. Now, like
Let's
this,
have our backs. Yes, let's have our backs. So
let's have our
God will
backs.
help us. God will help us. God will really
Yeah,
help us. So my brother,
yeah,
it's been another time. So next week,
yeah.
there's gonna be a surprise. Next
Surprise!
week,
There's a surprise coming next week.
there's a surprise. But let's leave it at that. So
Yeah, let's leave
big shout
it.
out to Baron, big shout out to George, big shout out to
DJ
everybody
Baron,
watching
Oga
us.
George, Oga
Big shout.
George.
And
Nice.
also, I want to say something to everybody listening out there. The Meji is launching his book by the 24th
Next
of
month.
October. A book is coming out. And we are going
Now
to
him
have
go.
one of our episodes is going to be dedicated to the book review. That is the
I go appreciate. I go appreciate. This is
Heaven
this is
of
the book for
Immortals. So
Heaven of
one of the
Immortals.
podcast we are going to dedicate it to look at this book. It's not his first books though he has a lot, but this is a milestone book. I will need to really look at it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
All right.
Appreciate.
Big shout
Appreciate,
out to
man.
you
Yeah.
guys. Thank you all for
Cheers, man.
listening.
Cheers, man.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Yes,
Until
boss.
then,
Yes, boss.
stay blessed and have a
Yes,
great week ahead.
boss. Yes, boss.